Hey, what's up, guys? Osai back. Another Talk About It Tuesday, guys. We guys had an awesome week. I know I did. It was pretty eventful, man. It's like work just never stops, and it's a good thing to be, have a lot of work going on. I could definitely say the fight campers are really pushing hard, and that's been a big part of my focus this past couple weeks. And of course, running the school and managing a couple other businesses. So when you guys log in, if you guys see this, comment below, like let me know how your week was, anything new, anything exciting that you guys going on, and tag me in it and let me know. So let's get right ahead going on to it, guys. We're gonna talk about training and basically how to get the best out of your training. This is gonna be relevant mainly to what we do here at John Wayne Martial Arts, but in all honesty, I think this is gonna be a topic that will cover no matter where you train and no matter what kind of training you're doing. I'm gonna keep it a little general, a little bit more broad, but and it will cover from adults to kids or whatever, just so that you guys basically you have a membership, you're using it, you're coming in, but you're not seeing the results or things aren't changing. And let's address a couple of things that we have going on that might be holding you back, hindering you, or making sure that you're not getting the best out of your training. Okay, so first things first, guys, we're gonna talk about, and I have my little notes here. We're gonna talk about basically your mindset. Now, most people train either at the end of the day or early in the morning, but I think we see most people coming in usually in the evenings or in the afternoons after a long day of work. And the thing about that is that when you come in after a long day of work, you have so many things that built up on your mind. From family issues in the morning before you left for work to every hour on the hour or something else going on with work, or there's a coworker, or there's mail that didn't get done, there's this, there's that. Everything gets piled upon you. And the great thing about coming, going to train afterwards is that it gives you that stress relief and a way to build up, to release some of those pressures and stress. But also, don't just look at it as a way of releasing those pressures and stress. Also come in with the mindset of, a positive vibe. Basically, I'm so happy to be here. Come in, give somebody a dap, high five, a hug, whatever it is, and take that like negative energy or that, ramping up that energy a little bit higher before you step on a mat to actually start training. What that does is basically, like I said, it just builds you up a lot faster. So sometimes people come in, they change out, they get on the mat, and when they get on the mat is the first time they start talking to somebody or they're able to start releasing that work stress. It takes like 15, 20 minutes into class, and then all of a sudden now they're in their best zone mentally for training and learning. But you already missed like the first 15 or 20 minutes of class because you're still kind of working your way out of that funk that the rest of the world put on you during your day. So coming in and trying to dispel that funk as soon as you walk in the door. Like I said, it could be saying high five to one, or giving a high five or a tap to one of your instructors. In here we're a bunch of huggers, so give some hugs, give some love. That pound, that dap. When you go to check in, if somebody's hanging around the check-in station, say hi, introduce yourself, or make a new friend. All of those sort of things, basically to start getting that mindset into the right gear. And also, so another thing to come into is like people think that you have to come in with that mindset of I gotta be 100%. I gotta go, 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 go. And that works for certain people, but for the vast majority, I would say what you want to come in with is a mindset of I'm going to learn something. Now, like I said, this doesn't matter if you're doing martial arts or even if you're going to the gym, and you're lifting weights, guys. You should always have that mindset of I'm going to learn something new about myself, about my body, about my training partner, about whatever it is, but have that mindset I'm going to learn something new, because there's times we're not physically at 100%, or we can push as hard as we want to, but if we have that mindset of being open to learning, to picking up new things, what that does is open that mind, open your ears, open up everything to see like, okay, there's something new I'm going to pick up today, there's something new I'm going to learn, and I just got to be open to it. It kind of relaxes you in that sense. Sometimes when people say you have to go, you're just going to be a tough class, we're going to go 100%, you tend to lock down or freeze up a lot, and you really want to focus and perform really well at your best. And like I said, most cases or a lot of times it's not about that. Come in, learn that you can do one extra push-up, learn that Kimura we're trying to get, that oh my god, now I can get it now. Learn that that jab that you've been trying to land, all of a sudden now it's landing this time because you pay attention to what the instructor said. So the mindset is king, and it's key to really like making sure you come in with the right attitude, the right frame of mind. Dispel the funk that you can as soon as you can. Even if you're on the way here to where you're gonna be training at, listen to some music or something like that that's gonna like get you away from your day. Sing along in the car. If you're riding by yourself, windows up, sing along, or if you got headphones, turn them up, turn those jams up. Don't make yourself deaf, but turn it up. So like I said, get you in that mindset, get you in that loose mindset, ready to go, have fun and train and whatnot. And the place that you're training at facility should be clean, it should smell good, and you should have some friends there. If you don't, if you're walking kind of like the lone wolf type of deal, that really never works for most people as far as being a conducive environment that you're going to continue to train at over the long term. And consistency over anything is what's going to help you. And you got to be comfortable in the spot that you're training at to make sure that you're consistent with it. Okay? So checking those off, you guys got to come in one in that mindset. Check that mindset before you leave work. If it takes like I said, listen to music when you on your way. If you live really close and you just get there, high-fiving, say hello, give somebody a hug. Whatever it takes for you to get on that mind, to get in that positive mindset and that openness before you step on the mat. Two, make sure you have that attitude that I'm going to learn something today. Not always about going 100%, but it's more about learning. Like I said, even with lifting weights at the gym, I go with that same mentality that I'm going to learn something today. I'm going to learn that I can do an extra rep, or how slow can I really go if I'm using this much weight, or how many reps can I actually get in 30 seconds of da-da-da-da-da. Whatever it is, I always have that mentality of try to learn something new, either about what I'm doing or about what's going on around me. Okay? Number 2 is a big one. I know we see it here a lot, and I hear other martial arts schools do it too, but gear, guys. Your gear is key to you having a stress-free training session. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, stress-free training session. If your gear is not up to par, guys, you're going to be more worried about your shirt flying up while you're training than you are about, whatever it is that you're trying to do as far as training, whether it's, like I said, whether it's lifting weight, whether it's rolling jiu-jitsu, whatever. Your gear is important, and this goes for kids, parents bringing their kids in or whatever. If there's a certain style of t-shirt that you should wear that's maybe a little bit shorter, or if it's a non-cotton, like it's a sweat moisture wicking gear that your studio says that you have to wear or whatnot, there's usually a good reason for it, and it's usually try to meet it as much as possible, basically. Don't come in with the regular t-shirts or the cotton blends or stuff like that, or just because this one feels better, unless you have, and I know there's some people who have some allergies to certain material, that's a different story. But as close as you can, guys, come in with the training gear that you need. I know for me, when I'm teaching no-gi jiu-jitsu class and guys come in with t-shirts and they come in with basketball shorts, there's not really good for training no-gi. The one thing is, cotton, if you grab onto it, it pulls, it stretches, and all of a sudden you're going to have a ripped shirt or a shirt that's going to be completely disfigured and out of shape. The same thing with basketball shorts. They don't hold up very well on the mat. Once again, it's easy to come down. They don't work well. So make sure you have some MMA shorts. Make sure you have a rash guard, something that works with you so that you can get the best out of your training, not something that's working against you that you have to worry about pulling this, tucking that, moving that around. And that's just simple stuff with like jiu-jitsu. Let's talk about like if you guys come in for kickboxing or Muay Thai or anything like that. If you come in for a kickboxing class and you come in without your gloves, come on. There's no kickboxing without gloves, well, if you're hitting the bags anyway. I know for us, that's our policy in here, you got to have your right size gloves. And don't come in with like, some of the smaller gloves. We use the bigger bag gloves. That way you can actually swing, go as hard as you can, and you won't worry about hurting your wrist or hurting your knuckles in the process of punching. Some of the MMA gloves, the smaller ones, they're great and they look cool and they feel light. It's easy to do push-ups with them on, but they're not going to last very long, or your fists aren't going to last very long punching that bag. Same thing with Muay Thai or any striking arts that you guys have. Make sure the gloves that you use that are the ones that the studio says you should use. Also, check your shin guards. Your shin guards should be up to par. There are some very cheap ones out there, and it's the same thing, guys. You get what you pay for. If you don't have the right gear, you get the cheaply made stuff. It's either going to be falling apart, flaking off, or it's not going to protect you the way it's supposed to be. If you try to check a kick and you don't have the right shin guards on, you will be getting a nice little bruise, or feeling it the next day, or sometimes even the night of. So make sure that you can invest in the right gear. It is only going to help you in the long run, and make sure that you're going to be training pain-free, injury-free for a lot longer, and you won't have to take breaks because you hurt this or you ripped that, or you got something else going on with as far as gear goes. I know for us, we have our recommended gear that we have for our studio, and we want to make sure everybody's on that level because we have seen people come in with the cheaper gear or things that don't work well, and it either falls apart, they hurt their wrist from punching the wrong way, punching with inferior products or anything like that. I mean, it may look cute, it's got Hello Kitty right all over it, but if that wrist flexes when you throw that hook, you're going to be getting a Hello Kitty cast on that wrist for a little while. So make sure you got the right gear. Kung Fu, the same thing, guys. If you guys are working on a weapon or form, I think just with about any martial arts that's studying the weapon becomes part of you. You get used to the weapon that you have. So I suggest that you guys, if you are on a weapon form, get one of your own. We can make suggestions or places where you can get it, or your studio might sell it, but get one of your own that is going to be yours, something that you get used to in the long run, and that becomes part of it. So the weapon truly becomes an extension of your body, which is what, from what I know, all martial arts are dictate that whatever it is that you use, you should be so comfortable with it that it's there for you to call on, and you know it inside out, and it feels just like a part of your body. If you constantly switch between used gear or like stuff that's left over, you're not going to get the same feel from it. People might take their staff or spear home, and also you don't have access to that one, so you have to use one that's a different height, that's a different thickness, that doesn't bounce as much, whatever would have you. So it does make a difference. So make sure you guys invest in that right gear. Another thing is to pack a bag. Now some people forget, and they leave home and they come here and they're like, damn, I forgot to get my gears at home or my clothing is at home. Pack your bag and put it in the car the night before. When you get home, pack your bag, you unpack your stuff, take your dirty stuff out, put the clean stuff in. Before you go to bed, put that in your trunk of your car so that you always have gear to train with, or you have the proper attire that you need to train with for the next day. I, for one, do that now. Like, I always lay out my clothes the night before. So I don't go to bed before laying out my clothes, especially if I know I have an early morning session or anything like that. It's ready to go, so I am set. I'm good to go. I don't have to scramble in the morning. I don't have to think about it. Everything's ready to go. The less I think in the morning, the better. And that usually dictates for a better day for me. So I'm not scrambling, rushing, trying to get stuff together and then show up and be like, damn it, I have the wrong gear. I can't do this. I can't do that, etc. So, pack that bag. Get it in your car if you have to beforehand. Last but not least, we're going to touch on is going to be... Oh, not last but not least. We got one more other thing. While you guys are in class, now, this... I know for martial arts, it's probably not the same at a gym, but if you are training, like maybe you're doing a CrossFit or something like that, and they're explaining the workout, they're going through the sessions, try to save your questions until after the instructor's finished speaking. If you constantly interrupt the instructor while they're trying to explain whatever technique is going on or whatever it is that you have to do, you're basically slowing down the process for everyone. And I know you may need special attention or whatever. That's fine. Just say, like, you know what, after everybody, they clap and they're ready to go, just, walk up kindly to the instructor, be like, listen, I, didn't understand exactly what you're saying, or I need some extra help with it, or whatever would have you. That way you can get some one-on-one attention without slowing down the entire class, and, they're not rushing at the end to try and put in whatever it is that you're trying to get done. I mean, it does take, I do kind of say, like, sometimes the instructors that don't explain things too well, or maybe they just don't explain to your level. But always try, as much as you can, try to save those questions until the instructor's done speaking, so you can let them get through everything. And sometimes they may answer your question through the process so that you don't have to ask it at the end. So I'm just saying, as much as you can, try not to interrupt, let them go through their process, and then when they, you're free to go, ask your question then, or if they ask that usually at the end. I know for us we do, hey guys, anybody needs any questions? Do you want us to demonstrate one more time? What is it that you're not picking up? And we'll go through it at that point. Sometimes we do miss key points during technique training, so it's good for instructors to realize and go back. But sometimes, like I said, in the middle, we may go back and we may address it right then and there, but then we forget something else. So try to work with that. And then the last thing, guys, and I have to say this is an older problem, but if you do this while you're younger, you're going to be in a lot better shape and won't have to worry about a lot of stuff that we say for an older problem, is recovery. Your post-workout recovery, or sometimes your during workout recovery, is important. If you don't want to be coming in and you want, or going home super sore, beaten up, and you work up the next day and you're even worse, feel like you got run over by a truck, you want to come in and be in as good a shape as you can to train and do what you're able to do. If you're always constantly sore, if you're constantly, whatever, injuries happen usually when people are not paying attention, their body's not in the best possible condition, they didn't stretch, they didn't get a massage, they didn't, all that sort of stuff that we go through for recovery. So I know for us, what we do have recovery drinks in here, and we dictate like people, take your recovery drinks, BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, that's going to help with you being sore after workouts, and it's really to supplement your nutrition. If you can't change your nutrition to match your workout, you're gonna have to take some supplementation to make sure you're getting the right stuff in there. A lot of times with training, inflammation happens, so any anti-inflammatory. I know the big thing on the market now is CBD, so if you guys are into that, definitely make sure you keep up with your CBD, either the oil, the drops, vape, whatever it is that you're using for training. It does help. To be honest with you, it mainly for me, it helps with my sleep. That's the biggest thing I noticed with me taking CBD is that my sleep has been incredible, which sleep is a recovery process, so it just makes me sleep deeper and I feel more refreshed when I wake up. It doesn't really help me sleep any longer, just gives me that deeper vibe, that deeper sleep. So CBD helps with big anti-inflammatory, big with your recovery, helps you get to sleep, helps to reduce anxiety. BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, help with the soreness in your muscles. Any massages, stretches. It's another thing that we do here at John Wayne Martial Arts. Those guys who are watching, or if you guys are at John Wayne Martial Arts, I didn't know this, but on Fridays we have one of our members. She comes in and she does basically a chair massage session. It's a really upper body massage session, but it's awesome. Just that little 10 to 15 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes helps a whole lot with loosening up your muscles and whatnot. We do that just about every Friday. She comes in, and afterwards she does a stretch session that you can stay and pay for as well. And I'm a huge proponent of that. The stretch sessions help a whole lot. If you had aches and pains, you're running through the week and you have lower back pains or your leg hurts or whatever, you let her know. She'll help you work it out. She is excellent at it. Got to give a big shout out to Pauline and her stretch therapy because it's a beautiful thing, and get those as much as possible. I know people come not to come to class, they come just to come in for her for stretch therapy. So if you can, make it a habit. It's super simple. We make it as easy for you guys to train effectively as you can. Fridays, she gets here about 5:30ish or whatever, and it's here through the last class. So if you can come in, get it in, get that stretch therapy, and that's awesome. Also, a couple of things that people do is cryotherapy or infrared sauna. You know me, if you follow my story, I love infrared. I have not done cryo yet, so I can't really say about it, but I know people who have, and they love it. The one good thing about cryo is a lot shorter than the infrared. Infrared is about 20-30 minutes in a sauna, but cryo is like, I think the max is like 2 to 3 minutes or something along those lines. I just have a very big fear of cold. I hate being cold. So that's me. Other things that you guys can take is that if you are working out to try and lose weight, you do want to increase your muscle mass, so you should be doing maybe a protein supplement. And like I said, if you can't alter your diet to match your workout, then you probably need some supplementation that's going to help. So protein blends, either whey or the plant-based proteins. I used to use whey for a long time. Now I'm using the plant-based because it's a lot simpler, a lot cleaner, and it feels better on my stomach, just to say. But definitely make sure you're taking those on a regular basis. And like I said, if you can't follow a meal plan, that's going to help you get to your goals. Like I said, if it's to lose weight, you have to eat like you're losing weight. You got to have that mindset of training for something, or I have an athletic body. I got to fuel that athletic body with the most effective things that I can. Okay? Vitamins, definitely big, important. Fish oil, your omega-3s, etc. So there's a lot to it, and like I said, I'm just giving a general rough overview. If you have more questions, feel free to tag me, send me a DM, message me. I will go through it with you on a one-on-one basis. But supplementation is a big part of this, getting into the mind frame. Oh, one more thing, talking about supplementation. Some people need a pre-workout before they come in. If you're dragging blood, you need it. The thing about pre-workouts, you try to take them earlier in the day. You don't want to take them after 7 o'clock. Usually they're going to disturb your sleep. They'll linger around in your system. You could take the artificial pre-workouts. I prefer, if there is one, I like the Cage brand that we usually carry. But the best one for me is actually coffee. I get a straight black coffee. No sugar, no nothing in it. You take that, and 30 minutes later, riding high, hitting my workouts. That's if I need it. I usually drink coffee just for taste, but pre-workout, that will help your mindset too coming in for workout when you guys first come in. So that is it for today, guys. I know I went a little bit longer, about 20 minutes almost on this one, but I think it's an important topic for you guys to get the most out of your training. Like I said, look out. I gotta say that we're definitely bringing in some new gear that's gonna be coming in soon, as well as some new products that we recommend. And these are the things about it, guys. The gear that we're bringing in, as well as the products that we're bringing in, are all things that we've tested, we've tried it, we've used it. It works for us. We know it's gonna work in our classes the way that we like to structure and teach them. So make sure you guys are following along with that and try to get either that stuff or as close to it as you can. I would hate to tell somebody, especially now, moving into some of the harder stuff, Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu, that you guys, you purchase an inferior brand, or that's probably not going to work for us in here. So Make sure you check with your instructors before you actually pick up some of the items that you're thinking about. And that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you guys next week on another Talk About Tuesday. I'm excited because this week I'm out for South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Looking forward to that from Thursday on. It's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. Anyway, on that note, guys, I will see you guys later.